was dead.
Yeah.
Because the other kid's father was dead.
Yeah.
When I started the school, you know how kids pick, and Marjorie and I were in Red Rock School, and they would say, well, Jim Queen is Marjorie's dad. What's your dad's name? You know, kids are cruel.
Yeah.
And I would say, well, my dad's dead. And apparently that didn't go over. They would keep grilling me. People pass things down to their kids, and then I guess my mother thought I was old enough to be told, because I guess I told her that they were asking. And then she told me his name and where he lived.
And where did he live at that time? In Lampasas? Or?
No, Florence.
Florence, okay.
Florence, my real father was Alfred Standridge. He was from Florence, Texas, and that's where all of them lived at that time. Lil, I don't know when she moved. She went to Lampasas when she married. That's how that came about.
Okay.
So I guess I can do a little scribble to see if it sounds right, and then.
Well, keep telling me about it right now.
Well.
Okay, you want me? You're not filming me, are you?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Turn the video off and start saying that.
Mm-hmm.
I found my real father's name when I was about 8 years old. I knew his name was Alfred Standridge. He lived near Florence, Texas. But through the years, I did not, growing up years, you know, you don't do anything about anything when you're 8. So when I grew up, had my family, and kids, and grandkids, I never had time, or sure, it was in my brain and in my mind and in my thoughts, but I never had time to pursue it. Or maybe I was afraid to.
Mm-hmm.
You're afraid of being sad about stuff. And when I was 74, I sent an Easter card to an address in Florence, Texas. It happened to be one of my brothers, and that was marvelous. But the person that called me back was Lil, and she said, well, Bill got this Easter card, and it says that Alfred Standridge was your dad, and I'm his daughter, and I want to meet you, and I want to meet you as soon as possible. And she said, when can we meet? And I said, that was about Thursday, and I said, let's do it Sunday. And I drove up there by myself. Vicki wanted to go, I wouldn't let her. And I drove through Florence, and right when you pass through Florence, I knew their street address, but I drove through Florence to this old mountain, beautiful thing in the background, and I said a prayer that it would go well. So I turned my car around and drove back into Florence, and there was 2 old guys, cowboy-looking guys, leaning on a truck in the yard. And when I got out, I said, I hope I found the right house. My name is Vivian. And Bob, but they both came toward me, and Bob hugged me first, and he said, you have found the right house. And he told us later that, or he told them inside later, had he not known Lil was there, he would have said, here comes old Lil. So that was our favorite joke through the years.
The family resemblance was definitely there, wasn't it? Yeah. So you had found 2 brothers and a sister.
And a sister.
There was another sister,
and
but
I
she
had
passed
lost
away.
all these other family members.
Mm-hmm.
I had lost all my brothers and my one sister. So I had 1 more sister and 2 more brothers.
And it's turned out to be a great relationship.
It's turned out good.
Didn't we do that?
No, that's fine. You
Okay.
can start whenever you want to.
When I was 74, and I had lost all my previous brothers and sisters and raised a family and I had retired except for my restaurant job, right? I made up my mind to find my real father or find out about him. So I sent an Easter card to Standridge in Florence, Texas, and within 2 days I got a phone call, and it was my sister. It was my sister Lil that I had never known, and she's 5 years older than I am. And in 2 days after mailing the letter, she called me and we set up a meeting to meet the whole family. And I had three beautiful siblings that I had waited all these years to find. 2 brothers, Bob and the other brother, Bill. Bill and Lil were twins. And we talked all day and cried and had a good day. We ate dinner and talked and ate some more and talked some more. And through the years I lost Bob, and then I lost Bill. But Lil and I are still with us, and she's 87 now and I'm almost 84. So we made a pact when we met to make it to 90 because we had lost a lot of years. And we might do that.
You will.
She's real sad today because she's gone to her son-in-law's funeral. We need to call her after a while. Her only daughter was married. When we met long ago at that meeting, you remember her only daughter was married to this little fat man.
Is he the?
He died.
Yes.
She remarried, and she's been married to this nice guy for 2 years, and he died the other day with cancer.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know she had remarried.
Yeah. Patricia is her name.
Yeah.
And
I knew the first husband had passed away.
I just told Leo I can't go to the funeral. I knew him, but you know, I don't drive, and I'm going to send her a sympathy card. And I have called Leo twice to see about Patricia. And I don't hear from little Doris much anymore. We've kind of...
Now Doris is who?
Bill's wife.
Bill's wife. Okay, your sister-in-law.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't hear from Bob's son. They used to keep in touch. I don't hear from them. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now that I can't drive and go here and go there and zip around, it's harder to keep in touch. But are we gonna?
Yeah, go on back to your notes.
Are we gonna?
There.
Well, I don't know where we started.
Just go right there to the first.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was born March 25th, 1930. This is just memories of mine that are really clear, and I want to get them down on paper before I forget them. We lived near Bartlett, a small house with an outdoor toilet and no electricity, but nobody had any, so we didn't miss it. You don't miss what you have never had. My mother had 5 children when she had me. My oldest brother was married and lived on the same farm with a wife and baby. I remember riding a cultivator, and it was pulled by horses with my brother Woodrow when I was about 3. I also remember Christmas with stockings hung on the wall with small utensils made with tin and only one gift. I remember Ben and Arlene married in 1933, and I was mad at her for taking my brother away, so I threw away their car keys. I remember sitting in front of a small wood cook stove and eating breakfast. My mother made the best biscuits in the world, and I guess she made them all through the years. My sister Lucille married when I was 5, and I cried because I didn't have anyone to sleep with. My mother and I went to a family member's funeral, and I remember them singing "Shall We Gather at the River." I always thought it was such a beautiful song. When I was 6, we moved to Red Rock, Texas. My mother married Jim Queen, who was my stepfather. He was the only father I ever knew. We moved to Bastrop in 1940. Bastrop was building the new school on Cedar Street, so we had to go to school in barracks on top of the hill where Legion Hall is now. New school was finished in 42 or 43. Is that about the years?
Uh-huh.
Because of World War II, I had thoughts in my head of being an Army nurse, but never pursued any kind of nurse's training or medical training. I married early in 1945, had my first son in October of 1945. I should put my children's names, but I didn't.
Yeah, who was that first son?
Charles Miller.
Okay.
Had my daughter, who is now Vicki Ann Tyner, in 1949. Had my second son, Jerry Don Howell, in 1951. The best things I have done in my life was my children. I received grandchildren in the 60s. 1964, 1965, 1969. I have 3 great children, 7 grandchildren, and how many great-grandchildren?
Oh, we should have counted. We'll have to count them up. You've been blessed, though.
Oh, I have been blessed. I have been blessed every day of my life. And we need to remember that. You know, no matter how thankful we are, we're never thankful enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because turn it off. Think of that TV in the Philippines and the hungry people and the dead babies and
Yeah.
And when I
know.
when I sit down here to eat a meal, I think I wish everybody in the world had this, you know, a little plate with food on it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they're doing such devastation over there. So we could probably figure out how all of your great grandchildren really.
Oh, the great. So if we're gonna, how many grandchildren? 7.
Okay.
But Kaylee would make 8.
Mm-hmm. So
3 and 2 and 2.
So let's start with one of them.
You're 2, Vicky's 3, and Donnie's 2.
Okay.
That's 7.
And Kaylee's 8.
So no, Kaylee's Would Kaylee be 8?
Mm-hmm.
No, Kaylee would be Terry's daughter.
Yeah, that's next generation.
She would be a great-granddaughter,
Okay.
wouldn't she?
Okay.
Let's figure it out for you.
Erase. Jenna, Morgan. And Donnie's 2. Right? No, those are great-grandchildren.
That's what you're doing, it's great. You're doing great-grandchildren, right?
Okay, I gotta get a page to scribble on.
I don't know.
Okay, I've got it going.
At this time in my life, I have 3 great children. No,
3 children.
3.
3 children.
I'm great by meaning great. At this time in my life, I have 3 children. I have 7 grandchildren. I have 8 great-grandchildren, and 4 great-great-grandchildren. And I'm very thankful to be a great-great-great-grandmother.
Yeah.
Great, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of greats in there.
At least we got that straight.
Mm-hmm. So what's next on your list there?
Well, next on my list, I think we did it all, Ann.
Well, tell me about your mother. What do you know about your mother?
I was going to write a whole page about my mother.
Well, just what do you remember? But where was she born?
My mother was a beautiful lady. I assume she was born in Dilley, Texas, because that's where she lived. And she was
What was her name? Full name?
Daisy Anna Rumfield. Her mother died when my mother was 16, so she was left to help with the family. And after my grandmother's death, my mother's dad, she and the other children, they ran a hotel in Dilley, so I'm sure she, being the oldest, helped with that. And she married at age 20 and had 6 children, lost one at birth. Then she went through the years and had me when she was 40. So
What were the names of those children?
Her children were Alvin, Ben, Woodrow, Monroe, Lucille, and me. And I know she had told me that she lost Alvin's twin.
So she really would have had 2 sets of twins.
Yes, her first birth was Alvin and a twin brother.
Oh.
And every other pregnancy was twins.
So the other set of twins would be Woodrow
and
Monroe.
And then Lucille, and then me, but there's no more twins until my daughter had twins.
Uh-huh. Now, did Lucille ended up having twins?
Oh, Lucille,
too,
my
didn't she?
sister had, she had 2 sets of twins.
So twins run in the family, it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, that's why Lisa had 3.
Singles.
So Lisa's children may have twins.
Really?
I've heard it goes in every other generation.
That's what I've heard too. Yeah.
But back to my mother,
Yeah.
if you still have it on.
Yes.
My mother was a beautiful lady. We had very little, but I guess we appreciated everything we did have. She was a thankful lady. She had many, many, many friends, and her faith in God was strong. And during World War II, I had a brother, Woodrow, in the Army, and he was in the middle of Germany and the fighting. I was 13, 14, and my mother would kneel down by the side of the bed and pray every night for him to come home safe. And I, being a teenager with not too many grown-up thoughts, I thought, is it really necessary to get on the side of the bed and pray? And now I know it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived to be 71, 72, and she helped me with my children, helped me raise my children. She almost completely raised my oldest son. But then I thought, what am I going to do for help? And I had good friends and people that helped. My brother and his wife helped. Ben and Arlene helped. And we made it. We made it through the years with God's help. I told my cousin in New York that I corresponded with that with God's help and my mother's help, I raised them. And she laughed about that.
That's right. So now you were married. Who's your first husband? Tell us about your marriages.
My first husband was Bryson Miller, my oldest son's father. He was quite a few years older than I am, and maybe that's why our marriage failed. Who knows? My marriage failed, and then Charles was about 2.5 when I got a divorce. I remarried, which was a terrible mistake, and had 2 other children. And we won't go into the marriage problems, but I never made good choices through the years. I don't know why. Don't know why. Some people have beautiful marriages, and I admire that, but it never happened to me. So.
But you've got a wonderful family as a result, though.
I have a wonderful family to rely on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very thankful for that. And for God's help in my life through the years. I've been in pretty good health. Nothing bad has ever happened. I don't know. Some people have bad problems, with their families and health, but mine have always been there. Even through good times, bad times, we try to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers always helped me a lot, supported me mentally and physically and all the ways they could. My brothers were, they lived closer than my sister. My sister lived at Cameron, and I saw my brothers more. And I lost one brother with cancer. I lost one brother with a heart attack. I lost my last brother with cancer. And then my 2 brothers that I had in my later life, I lost them with, I think Bob had a lot of problems with his heart and this and that. And Bill had, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
He
think I
had
knew.
lung problems probably, and
He did, didn't he? Because he was on oxygen, wasn't he?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe COPD problems from smoking, who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But I have one sister left, and we're close, and we're going to try to make it to 90.
And y'all look just alike.
or shortly under 90 maybe.
Strong resemblance.
Yes.
I told her when we first met that we had to make it to 90, but sometimes we wonder.
Well, we didn't. Well, none of us know.
We have to count on it, but never know.
That's right.
I don't remember a time in my life that I was unemployed.
Yeah. What's the
So-
first job you remember?
First job I remember having is a waitress job, and then I pursued waitress jobs through the years. And then when I lived in Houston, I worked for Walgreen Drug Company on 822 Main, Houston. And I had the best boss I've ever had in my life. His name was Bob something. I can't think of his name. But he was kind and good and sharp, and he had about, I'd say, 15 or 20 employees. He was the manager of the food service.
Yeah.
And mostly women. Several guys worked there, but he was the manager of all that area. And we had little sections. Do you remember the little sections in that food place in Houston?
I remember being there, but I don't remember section.
Each waitress had a little area about the size of this kitchen, and a little counter and stools all around, and that would be their customers. And you wouldn't believe how many people would come in and have coffee or a sandwich or ice cream, or the place stayed busy all day. And I bet there was 10 little areas, sectioned off areas, about 10 or 12 waitresses. And then the soda fountain was back here, a long counter. Remember when they had soda fountain counters where you went in and got a milkshake over the counter, or an ice cream sundae, and I know it's not there anymore.
I bet it's not.
The last time I was in Houston, it looked like a ghetto.
That area where you worked.
Yes. People, Woodrow and Claire Lou and I went there to a some kind of church thing at the Coliseum, or one of those places. What's that Pentecostal preacher's name that they loved?
Can't remember.
And we
But
went
what-
downtown during that time, and there was people sleeping on the streets, bums, and all along that Main Street area.
Not the same as it was back when.
Well, now that's been 30 years ago. It might have gotten better, or it might have gotten worse.
Yeah, that's right. There was somebody that you worked with or knew that you remained good friends with for
Corinne,
years.
She
Yeah.
died.
Did she pass away? Okay.
And she's probably the only one I don't remember her name.
I just remember
Helen was another one.
y'all stayed in touch.
And
For
I get
years.
Christmas cards from Helen, but I don't remember if I got one last year. She lives that way where Corinne lived. But, and I've got her phone number. I need to call her and see if she's still with us.
Yeah. So after you moved back from Houston,
When I came back from Houston, I worked at Swiftex. Well, I worked in the restaurants. And then I worked at Swiftex about 15 years. And then I worked at IBM 15 years. So all through the years I had long-term jobs. That soda fountain, that Houston job, I know it wasn't 15 years. It was probably 5 or 8 or something like that.
yeah.
But I retired from my IBM job in 1989. And then I just stayed working in the restaurant 20 more years, part-time.
Yeah.
So I need a job right now. I am walking, speaking of walking, I'm walking terrible.
Uh-oh.
And I'm thinking it's going to get worse instead of better.
Are you still taking that medicine
Oh, yeah.
that's supposed to help?
Yeah.